Good morning. This is Pastor Jason of Kona Faith Center with the word for today. And the word for today is discernment. The Spirit clearly says that in latter times some will depart from the faith. The solution is clearly to train ourselves to live a godly life, develop the gifts that we have been given, practice. Devote our lives to these things. And in particular, develop, practice, devote our life to the gift of discernment. It is an absolute essential in these latter times. It's been said that the FBI used to train its agents to recognize counterfeit money by handling the real stuff. This is how we develop the gift of discernment, and we will all need this gift of discernment in these latter days. The more time we spend in the Word, in prayer, and worship, the easier it will be for us to distinguish the false from the true. In the God's Word translation, it says that those who are trying to deceive will disguise their lies as truth. The devil's not creative in nature. He's destructive in nature. Therefore, he can't create truth. He just takes truth and gives it a twist. The Hebrew root word for evil means to twist. So it's really important that we know the truth, because when we know the truth, it sets us free. I think that like anything worth doing, discernment requires practice. Discernment's not an IMAX experience. Discernment's very subtle in nature. Discernment's like that nagging suspicion that something's not quite right, even if you can't quite put your finger on it. And discernment grows as we use it. Isn't that interesting? So, of course, we have the Word, and God never contradicts His Word. One of the cautions of the Word is to be extra careful when people start getting into the esoterica, the minutia, the myths, the fables, the genealogies. Now, all that stuff can be really interesting, but we are to be careful that that stuff does not become a focus, because it's real easy to drop into the ditch on either side of the road, out there where the esoterica and minutia live. Staying focused on the application of biblical principles that helps us to live our lives in a God-honoring way each day is much more valuable than some of the interesting things that are way out on the edge someplace. So keep that in mind. The application of biblical principles are the things that we want to focus on. Now, in sports, in music, in fine woodworking, in any art form, it is the practice of the basics that keeps us at the top of our game. And quite frankly, you've got to practice daily. In living the Christian life, it is the practice of the basics that keeps our discernment sharp enough to discern the truth that's disguised, or the lie that's disguised as the truth. So we want to train, we want to discipline, we want to practice, we want to exercise, we want to use the basic principles of the Christian life to keep ourselves sharp, to keep ourselves focused, because we will absolutely need clear, focused, sharp discernment in these latter days. The word for today is discernment. God bless. Check in tomorrow.